Alright, let's get this show on the road here. So, we have our weeklies to get out of the way. We're currently in the, how do we put it here? The update waiting hell, you know? That's where we've landed at this point. Oh, they just saying shit and reading that, huh? I mean, as they usually do. What is on the menu for EDA today? Yeah, the next big update, Jade Shadows 2, that's just in like June, right? We ain't gotta give about that shit yet, right? Powerless. Oh great. Drop guard. Oh great. Great. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Um actually. Actually, I think we might be chilling. You know, because chat, we have Hildren to bail us out. Chat, I think we're actually chilling. Let's see here. So Hildren gives us a free space for weapons because all of our weapons this week kind of suck balls. We don't really have good choices. Hello, Scarecrow. What's up? How are we doing tonight? Let's bring war. Fuck it. Have what is that called? The Bopades Nuts Prime weapon. Oh, the Sagex Prime. There we go. Not the Boza. Hanged King. Hello. How we doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. We are currently figuring out our loadout, and because it kind of sucks. We have to take the Enkaus. Do we have a reactor? Sure. Make this thing not like suck giga dog shit, eh? Aptitude probably. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, yep. This'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Is fat legocytes with plus 50% health as overguard. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. I hear you. I hear you. I don't want to hear you, but I hear you. Listen here. Fuck. Y'all see this when I move this? It messes with my crit damage. Like, for a single frame. What the fuck is that about? What the fuck? What in the spaghetti bullshit? You know what? Sure, man. Sure, whatever. And we'll take war as our freebie. Our is our good loadout. Man, how are we all doing this week? How's your weekend, buddy? It is finally like kinda warming up where I live. isn't bad. Yeah, it's not a terrible weapon. Like I said, I think the viral corrosive really carries it. To make sure that we are public. Not doing Netrocells, not yet anyway. Thank God for Hildren bailout. God, I can't wait for June, though. Lots of shit kind of starting to happen in June. Out of here, you bum. God, I love the war. As if we land any DOT proc, they just die instant. Feels like a passive. Look at that, just instantly obliterated. Also, a range the size of Texas. Oh, that guy's gone. Yeah, store brand code of Synapse. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And like, it has some cute gimmicks, I guess, but like, eh. I don't know, I'm just like really not personally sold on it. I'm sure once it gets a prime, it'll look a lot better, obviously. I feel like these weapons are, like, when have the weapons that, like, when have weapons been good before they were primed, you know? I feel like the only one that comes to mind is, like, the Pullman. And, like, when that had its heyday. And, like, by the time it got primed, it was, like, completely fucking irrelevant. It's, yeah, I guess, you know, I guess. I never got a chance to use that one originally. Okay, yeah, Phantasma was fair. Phantasma was fair. Phantasma was long enough ago that, like... Eh. Paragale. Alright, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, I can press 4 now. Huzzah. I had so caught up in using the war that I forgot. Oh yeah, I have the broken Hildren press 4 win button. Was regular Zeuge any good? I don't think so. Zeuge Prime is pretty good, though. How about the compressor? I don't remember being particularly impressed by the compressor. At least off memory, anyway. Enervate really does a lot of heavy lifting for weapons, secondaries in particular. Like, there are so many weapons that I think just became viable overnight because of Enervate. It is kind of crazy to think. Damn, we're already done. What the fuck? That went by so fast. What the fuck is that profile picture? Echo Flodo? Chat, I'm gonna take you on a trip. Imagine, close your eyes. Imagine, if you will, for just a moment. Just a single moment. Think in your head, imagine that Digital Extreme allowed us custom profile pictures in-game. Hello, Rack, how we doing? Just imagine in your heads, close your eyes and imagine. Yeah, chaos is a good way to put it. Whatever, go my ancient specter. Oh god. Motherfucker. Help. Help. Those little fucking kids got me. Help. 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 Oh, come on, please. Okay, thank you. Christ. Yeah. If I prefer regular Corinth over Corinth Prime, I like the single shell single shell reload a lot, and Corinth Prime replacing it with a Celeste magazine sucks. Yeah, you're so right about that. Also, I think the default model Corinth looks 10 times better. I don't know if that's a controversial take, but I think Corinth Prime looks like some hot dog shit. Takes something like almost mechanical and realistic looking and turns it into like gold-plated ass. One of the few times that I think this game's art style fails is guns. Yeah, the Solstice skin is like the one saving grace. Although I really wish it had a mechanical reload. That would be super nice. Oh, I cannot touch that. You know what? You guys have fun with that one. Fuck these guys. In a defense map, these guys are kind of diabolical. I'm gonna be real with you. Fuck these guys on defense specifically, because like, where are you supposed to go? Like, they're just kind of forever omnipresent and, like, don't go away. Snail-ass motherfuckers. Like I said, I've been over the topic, like, to death already, but again, like, just, like, the lack of mechanical firearm anything sucks. The reason they hit so hard is because they ignore shields completely. That's why. And I believe they take percentile damage off of you, if memory serves. Actually, no, wait, no, they don't. Because Zanaros is built different and, like, doesn't give a shit about them. And now I'm on fucking fire. I don't know, I really don't think they're that bad. They're just kind of kind of annoying in this particular map where you can't really run away from them. Because, like, that's the counterplay, is that you just run away from them. Like, they are slow and they like, have to find you. But, like, in a defense map where you can't go anywhere, there's nothing you can really do, and you just have to, like, be aware of where they are at all times. Yeah. I mean, the Legocytes might be annoying. Yeah, they can be CC'd, I believe. I think that is intentional. I think that there are some forms of CC that do mess with them. I feel like I remember them saying, like, oh yeah, like, this is an intentional piece of game design. But... uh-oh. Motherfucker, you're dying over there. Ugh. So, like, we obviously have Jade Shadows too, but, like, what I'm really curious about is, like, what the fuck is TanoCon gonna be about, right? You know? But, like, where is that going? Like, there's no way it's not Tau, right? But if it's not Tau, then what is it? Because, like, Tau might be, like, the end of the year update. Well, I guess that's what they tease at TanoCon. Warframe 2009, holy base. Holy based. Please. Specifically 2009. Digital Extremes can get a licensing deal with LEGO to put Bionicle on store shelves. Like they did with fucking Gordon Freeman over here. Was this one disruption? Okay, what? What do you mean they killed the third orb mother? Took too long in the hot tub? Yeah. I don't know, I'm not really beat up over the third orb mother, like, not being a thing. Like, I would rather it just be done away with it. I would rather it just be done away with than people, like, asking forever, third orb mother, because, like, that got annoying after a while. And it's like, the thing is that I see everyone wanting it, but I have never seen any suggestions as to what it could have fucking been. Which tells me if, like, the player base isn't talking about what it could have been, like, the fucking devs probably don't have ideas either. Like, it's hard to make a third boss using the same model and have it be unique from, like, Profit Taker and, the other one. Whatever that one people call. Like, how do you make it a wholly unique boss, you know what I mean? Yeah, right, that's the other thing. Like I said, it's just because, like, Fortuna is kind of, like, wrapped up as a space. Like, I feel like it's really hard to elaborate on it any more than we've already had. Especially for those who were present during, like, the release of, like, Fortuna and then, like, the coming of the Second Orb Mother, and Hildren came out, and it's like, there's a whole bunch of, like, side lore that was going on. Like, there was so much shit that was just kind of, like, fleshing out Fortuna in that time period, and it's like, okay, well, like, what do you do now, you know? Like, all it really is scrapped content that made it a little bit too far into the game. And again, also knowing Warframe, I don't know if I am exactly elated or ecstatic for more bosses. You know what I mean? No, maybe they'll go back to it eventually. It's just like we're kind of in the middle of a weird spot in the game right now. Like we just got done with 1999, and it's like the logical next step is Tau. So it's like they kind of have to go through all of that. I don't want to call it the side quest of Warframe because it's the main quest, but there's so much that that's just like more pressing. Like I would not want them to put Tau on the back burner for the Orb Mother, you know? And also, like, bosses in Warframe just, like, don't work. Like, when you look at bosses in this game, right? And you think of it's like, is there a boss that exists in the game that you can think of right now? Tell me. And if you're watching this in post, tell me in the comments. If you think of a boss that, like, right now that is, like, mechanically challenging, is rewarding to the player, is a well-designed boss overall, and I guarantee you, you will not think of a single one, because every single boss in this game is kind of admittedly terrible. Like, the best we can do with bosses right now is serviceable, passable, does its job. Like, I am very much at a loss to think of any bosses that, like, really feel good to fight, you know? And it's like, that's not even Digital Extreme's fault, that's just kind of the nature of how the game works. It's like, oh, either you have to attenuate it, or it dies immediately, and then it has to be able to do damage, but also we're so resistant to dying that, like, it doing damage isn't really feasible? And I think that, like, what you're kind of left with is just basically a mini-game, right? Whichever boss is, you know, up at the time. Like, let's just spin the wheel. Like, let's take the second Orb Mother, for example. Like, a majority of that fight is taking the things and throwing them at the Orb Mother and then shooting, you know, whatever weak point you need to shoot. Like, it really doesn't ask a lot of you, and that's one of the better bosses in the game, right? Like, and it's like, oh, if you make a boss too challenging, it becomes tedious because you need to be like, the bosses also need to be farmable. Like, not just the fact of, oh, Warframe is a power fantasy, so it's really hard to design challenging bosses, but rather, by the nature of Warframe's farming system, like, the bosses need to be repeatable. Like, I'm gonna compare Elden Ring to Warframe, right? And now, is that fair? Is that like comparing The Godfather to 8 Crazy Nights? Yes. Am I gonna do it anyway? Absolutely. Because the thing, right, if you take, like, Elden Ring or any FromSoft boss, really, and you look at, like, what makes them good, none of it can really be applied to Warframe, because it's like, oh, well, you can't have a big attack that you have to dodge, because Warframes can fly all over the place. So, like, there's no real mechanical fidelity in that. And it's like, oh, there are really big attacks that certain bosses have, like 60 Eyes. 60 Eyes has these attacks that can nullify you, and, like, while there are hitboxes, their hitboxes are so generous that it's like, oh, you can't really dodge these consistently just because of how unclear the hitboxes are. And, like, the 60 Eyes, too, is another one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, this is, like, probably an okay boss. I would say it's one of the better ones. But again, like, it's just like, is it a good boss fight? Is it fun? Is it something like you look at boss fights in Warframe and you think to yourself, is there any boss where it's like, wow, that was so fucking epic and awesome and cool that that happened? And it's like, maybe the first time, but it's like, not really at all. Like, there's very few bosses that feel like that. And again, like, the best of the best are often, like, the modern bosses. Like, the tank. The tank I don't think is that great. I think the, 60 Eyes is better. But the fact of the matter is that, like, even if 60 Eyes is better, it's still kind of not good. Like I said, oh, it turns your abilities off, and oh, it, like, resets everything because it has, like, magnetic procs a billion times, and, like oh, it kind of has, like, an invincibility phase that's really annoying. It's like, now that it's attenuated, it's not bad, but it's like, eh. And I do think that there is genuine challenge, in 60i sometimes, because, like, oh, you can, like, I think it's in, EDA that it can sometimes give you some just, like, crazy multipliers that, like, actually do give it a decent challenge that doesn't feel like bullshit. And I think that that's all you can do, is you can make something feel challenging enough without it feeling like it is bullshitting the player. But anyways, back to the Elden Ring comparison, right? Like, it's okay, so you can't have, like dodge and roll mechanics as, like, your survivability, because Warframe's already super survivable, and they have so much movement, so, like, that's just out of the question. Like, it's like, okay, well, what about damage, right? Well, that becomes, it's like, oh, shield gates exist, so, like, the amount of damage a boss does really doesn't matter. And, like, death isn't, like, a deterrent in the way it might be in other games, right? Like, if you're dying in Warframe, it's like, okay, like, accidents can happen here and there, sometimes you just get ganked, but it's like, if you're, like, getting downed more than once a mission, then that's kind of a problem with you, and, like, oh, something was very wrong with your build, you know? It's like, okay, what are other bosses that they can think of? I think the Rope of Lowlist actually goes up there as, like, a top 3, probably. And it's like, that does have kind of a lot of invincibility phases, but there are, like, things you are doing, so it doesn't feel like it, and it's like, oh, you kind of have to be able to understand the boss's mechanics. It's like, I think Rope of Lowlist is one of the more challenging bosses, but only by, like, a little bit. And I would say it's, like, the most fair challenge out of bosses. But yeah, it's not, like, you're not going to be pulling your hair out and, like, doing attempts and failing, you know? It is just simply the type of boss that will really test you. Yeah, it didn't do homework issue, exactly. So it's like, okay, so they can't deal damage. They can't have, like, mechanically engaging attacks. Damage sponging is off the table because everyone hates that. So, like, you take away all that, what is left to make a boss interesting? Like, genuinely, like, what do you have to make that boss fight interesting? I can tell you, it's a very, very short list, and it's like, a lot of times it boils down to, like, a mini-game. Like, Road, for example, is just, like, a glorified, acolyte fight, basically. Like, I would hardly call Road at the end of, Descendia a proper boss, if you would. And, like, you really kind of have to design bosses almost in a, what's a good way? In, like, like an old-school video game way. Like, you really have to go back to fundamentals to make the boss interesting. And the reason this whole topic started is the third Orb Mother, right? Because it's like, oh, we have that, but it's like, what would that actually be that would be so engaging and interesting that would make it worthwhile? Like, I feel like people would get the third Orb Mother and then complain about it because bosses suck inherently in this game. And there's, like, really, like, no saving that, so I'd rather it be dead and have, like, that part of lore be a thing than to have it exist and have people, like, hate on it. Yeah, no, I think the whole weak point thing is something they've definitely phased out. Like, bosses nowadays just don't behave like that, and they're working on phasing that style out. But realistically, that's kind of like their other. That was their solution for a long time, right? Is like, oh, give the bosses weak points so we can arbitrarily like elongate the fight. And it's like that's what attenuation did as well. It is making the fight longer for the sake of making the fight longer to give the illusion of difficulty. Because it was a time investment. It was a harrowing long time investment. Even if it wasn't mechanically difficult, it felt like it was like a hard fought battle. You know, like that's kind of like a super old trick in terms of game development. Yeah, so like I said, I just don't know what they do with bosses. It's like the other good ones, I guess, are the Eidolons. Eidolons are actually pretty decent. Like I think the Eidolons, I do think the Eidolons are the best designed bosses. I will make that commitment and say that Eidolons are the best designed bosses out of everything in the game. But it's like, then again, you also look and see how fast people speedrun those things. And it's just kind of ridiculous. The other, I think, really good boss for me, at least conceptually, I think this is one a lot of people sleep on, is actually Raptor on Europa. I actually think that the Raptor fight on Europa is really good, especially as, like a lower tier player. Because it is so unique in that it's like, okay, you have the boss, you kill the boss enemy, and then you have to throw, like, the detonator in the pit, right? It's like, okay, then you have to fight the boss, like, a second and third time. But what's interesting enough is if you fail to throw the bomb inside one of the factory holes or whatever they are, the Raptor scales up, I believe, in damage and strength with each failure. So, like, it punishes you for failing. It has an engaging mechanic where it's like, okay, yeah, you can kill it, but there's still more you have to do with it, right? And it punishes you for failing. I don't know, I think the arena for the Raptor is actually pretty fine. No, like I said, I think that Raptor is one of my more personal favorite bosses. And it's like, ah, yeah, you can easily, like, blow through it as a veteran, but, like, from the point that you are often probably fighting it, it's actually pretty well designed and pretty well balanced. And it's also, like, a really good, like, progress track. It's like, oh, can you beat the Raptor? Then you're probably good to go. If you're struggling with the Raptor, you need to, like, go do your homework. Probably one of the best bosses in, like, that stage of the game for newer players. Get gear checked. I remember that fight traumatized me when I first played it because I kept running out of ammo, right? Like I just kept running out of ammo. And like you can't melee the raptor very easily, you know? Like that was a very difficult feat, especially with the old melee system. Like you're kind of shit out of luck. Yeah, let me know if you guys think of like how could they make a boss fight actually like good and rewarding at the end? Oh, hey, we're done. I don't know why I took the stairs. Into that little window thing. That's the case, Rack. I don't think that they are. I think they're constantly like innovating and pushing what they can do with the game. Like I said, I think that the blueprint for good bosses is probably the Eidolons. Like that's the best you're gonna get. Anyway, shit, I will be right back. I need a little bit of caffeine. All right, we're back. And also, you bring up a really good point about Void Angels. Void Angels are such a good point. Because I actually think that all things considered, Void Angels are actually pretty well designed. Like, I actually think they are good to fight. Like, they are a boss-like enemy that actually, like, is on the higher end of, like, feels fun to fight. Like, I think it is that part of it is that it does have very strong attacks that are telegraphed, and it's like you can very clearly tell when they're about to do it, and it does make you like engage with them properly, you know, which I think is otherwise very difficult to do. Ooh, good weapon. Ooh. Oh my god, Trap. We got some banger weapons. Holy shit. The Inadem, the Plinks, and the Phantasmal or Archoplasmor. Holy shit. What a banger. Then we get the Inadem. I know the Inadem is good. I never really got around to using it personally, but I need to make a more general swing build. My main build like that. I use Cascading Flare plus Hot Shot on the Warframe. I see. And as I was saying, Void Angels. Void Angels are a really, really good example of like a good fight actually, on the smaller scale anyway. Because like it has diversity within itself. Like it has big telegraphed attacks, so like it is a threat to you. It doesn't die like Giga instantly. God, I'm gonna fucking explode my brains. At least it's not the tank this week, right, chat? Sealed armor is genuinely AIDS, by the way. That's because Hyena Pack is like basically regular enemies. They are not bosses, they are MOAs in a skin suit. Alright, where's my squad? Tap me up, where my squad at? Just one guy. Am I getting killed slowly? It seems that I am. Exactly, Scarecrow, exactly. You have put it, I could not have put it better. Let me just melt these guys real quick. You know, I really do love the seasonal change of Hulvania. I'm very much a fan of it. I think that is such a cool... Yeah, the mission I'm in is doing toxic damage. And Naros does not give a shit, though. Because he's based and built different. 7 million heat damage, by the way, chat. I just want to, like, point that out. Where did I get heat from? I like to see that sealed armor bullshit get through this. Because they can only take so much heat damage before it just overloads them. Yeah, we need to be using these guys. We are not killing fast enough to not use them. God, the Phantasma really is just disgusting. Crazy that, like, both Revenant and his gun are, like, some of the best shit that has ever happened. Since, like, sliced bread, you know? Uh-oh, he died. Where the fuck was he? Oh, and he's gone. Chat, is that— Whoa! Whoa, chat, I just clocked the trout in our squad. Chat, we have a trout, in the squad. I just clocked this. A wild trout has appeared. There's so many status effects that I cannot keep up with them. My armor, Jesus Christ. Chat, trout population real. I can't believe we have a wild trout. God, I can't tell what's even happening at this point. I don't care who they are, they cannot withstand 500 heat procs. You, I don't care who you are, you will not resist 500 heat procs for very long. That's just, like, not happening. There we go. I love that theater tile, it's really cool. Alright, there we go. Now it's this bullshit. You can get Archon shards? Oh, really? Do elaborate, what do you mean you can get Archon shards from it? Because I did see Belly of the Beast is back, and I might do a little bit of that, just because that game mode is really good. And is genuinely one of the better put together game modes. So I might be doing that later. No, Argon Burger Meal! Why do you have so much? What's the stupid bullshit this time? Overguard equal to 50% of their max health, I see. Well, get owned, idiot. I don't care how much health you have, you will not resist 500 heat rocks. You know what this is, chat? This is 1000 degree molten knife challenge. Do you guys remember those videos? Where they would just, like, heat up a fucking kitchen knife and would make it cut stuff? Do you guys remember that? That arc of, like, YouTube? That's what the Phantasma is, like, conceptually. Damn, he just got fucking obliterated. Opposite of last week's Legosites? How so? To elaborate. Explain thine reasoning. See, chat, any regular person would get mad at that. But because I know that you can just roll to leave the rift, I have no reason to get mad at Limbo. It's that easy. And just schmooved? I see. I don't know how I don't remember that. I feel like I would have. Maybe they just weren't a problem for the squad. They probably just had like a really good squad. Damn, this guy's just getting cooked. Oh, he's so fucked. Wow, we just... That might be one of my fastest Legacyte kills ever. Holy shit. That was just absurd. $4 million heat damage proc, by the way, chat. Just want to make that apparent. The fact that that doesn't instantly evaporate them, though, is like... What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what I mean? Like, 4 million damage should instantly just vaporize an enemy. What is my team packing? Chat, I think the Trout is genuinely OP. Yeah, no, chat, the Trout is carrying damage. That's my goat right there, chat. Like I said, chat, I think Trout OP. It truly is the master race. Oh my god! Brother! What the fuck? That Legacyte didn't stand a chance! Dude was looking like Ash Baby. Trout OP. I have no idea what they're... They have a... I think they have a really cracked dual Toxist. I think is what's going on here. What it looks like. I don't care what weak points you have. You will not survive 400 heat procs. My turn to carry DPS. But I don't care who you are not surviving. Well, those are the 1,000 cuts, is all the heat procs that it hits. It hits for 1 gorillion heat procs per second. It's not death by 1,000 cut, it's death by 1 billion. Shit, I'll find an enemy and deliberately shoot their feet. Just to be ignorant. 95% damage reduction, by the way, chat. 95% damage reduction, by the way. Oh my god, what is that limbo hooked on? Jesus. I'll show the build afterwards. Probably better though, because it's precision. There we go. Yeah, I'll show the Phantasma build here in a second. Man, this is a really fucking easy week. Holy shit. Breath of fresh air after, like, how obnoxious the past two have been. I haven't looked at my Phantasma build in a while, because, like, I don't even need to update it, because it's so stupid. What am I cooking with this thing? Get this shit out of my fucking screen. There we go, thank you. Yeah, this is what we're running. Minus crit chance, by the way. Lamau. Probably just do that. That's funny. You probably make a compelling argument, but like, funny, you know? If I were to like fuck with it, I could like do that, I guess. Just like, what do you put here, you know? My Dante build. Oh, that's a fun one. Give me a minute here. Let me figure out what I want to do with this bullshit. You know? I don't know, I think I'll just keep the viral, because, like, again, you saw how that performed. Like, does it fucking matter? It really doesn't. Yeah, Dante build. The thing about having viral, though, it's more raw damage, too. But anyways, that's my primer. This is my Dante build. Very, very well optimized. Like, this is as close to as, like, perfect as I think you can get it. I'll let you look at this, soak it in. Yeah, here's this. Here is, I have 2 strength shards, 2 cast shards, 1 equilibrium shard. I think that 2 casting is all you really need. And then Noctua, this is really important. Encumber on Noctua. That is super, super mission critical that you have Encumber on Noctua. Because Noctua makes this work, unique status effects from abilities. Noctua counts as an ability, 6%, so it goes up to like 30% efficiency and like 72% strength off of the single arcane. Really, really great. Really, 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 really good value in the arcane slot. It just makes his energy economy so fucking free. Yeah, his book is, I said his book is this. Electricity for Archon Stretch. That's important. I crit, obviously. Alternatively, if you like Lock Canticle, it can be swapped for Zhao Canticle. But I personally don't really give a shit. I prefer Lock Canticle. I see. Well, that's good. Like I said, Dante is probably one of the best frames in the game, as it currently stands. At least in my personal opinion. I know people have very strong opinions about my taste in frames. If that tier-list video is anything to fucking go by. People did not like that video. My god. That was a disaster. Again, if you need to look at his main build one more time, like I said, screenshot it if you need to. One of the few frames of the game that like really just does not want or need a subsume. Energy Nexus can change if you really, really want to. I personally prefer Nexus over, like, Streamline. Just because you already get so much efficiency from Impetus. And, like, you can maybe sneak more power strength onto this, but, like, power strength is not making or breaking this build, I don't feel. One of the few frames that just, like, really does nothing by getting a prime. Like I said, it wasn't a bad video, it's just that people were assholes about it. I don't feel like I made a bad video, per se. More just, like, people are idiots. And just, like to say shit they don't know what they're talking about. No, the next video was... No, people were fine with the next video. Anyways, now that ETAs are done, let's go check on our other shit. I said, I really hope Dante gets an augment soon so that Tragedy can go back to how it used to feel. I don't know, it just feels like Tragedy is so weak. Despite it kind of being the big payoff of his... I said, oh yeah, my steak is too juicy, my lobster too buttery, but like... Even still... Hey, did I get that cape or whatever? Other version of this cape? I want to see if that looks better. Yes, I did. Null Warden. Ooh! Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, queen, yes, queen. Oh, that's gorgeous, that's gorgeous, that's beautiful. Oh, yes, sir. I am taking that one. That's a this is, like, better than the default, honestly. I don't know how they got away with that. Pedocon pack. I should probably pick that up. This is a crazy fucking ephemera, chat. Like, holy shit, bro. This is a wild-ass ephemera. Yeah, I should probably pick this up, though. I do intend to use it. Give me that shit. Fuck you. I want to go look at this ephemera, because, like, holy fuck, dude. Like, this is absurd. This might be, like, one of the most absurd ephemeras. Yes, I did. That's just fucking ridiculous. Oh, there's gotta be, like, a bunch of frames that looks crazy on. Got... Oh yeah, this version as well. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Oh, I'm tempted to keep this version of it. Because that just goes so fucking hard for no reason. Like, his cape looks like it's on fucking fire. Like, this is some Soulless Cinder shit right here. Like, look at that, chat. That looks kind of crazy, not gonna lie. That goes a little bit stupid. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I go down, down. Oh, you know who that ephemera's going on? It's going on Limbo. Gotta, right? Like, oh my Jesus. Abominable. I just gotta get a big fuck off sign down to match it. Just like this unknowable horror Limbo. Yeah, we are a Limbo household, Hank King. We are absolutely a Limbo household. Yeah, that goes crazy. What on Nyx? I wonder how it looks on Nyx. Cool. Oh, no. Nah, not on Nyx. What about... What about... Oh. Ooh, I bet you this guy likes it. There we go. Got that, like, fucking molten core going on. It gives him a, like, breaks up a lot of his shapes, too, which is really nice. He really needs that. Anyone else I can think of shoving this? I didn't do... Fuck off. Never clicked that button. What about Geyer? Oh, ooh. Ooh, that's kind of heat. That's kind of heat. Whole ass telephone pole out here. Loker, can you excited for Mesa Heirloom? Yeah, no, that's... I'm excited for the Signa that's coming with it. That says anything. Let's go grab Dante. Go pop off in Zendia. Oh, not this dog. Is that hard mode Descendia, like, actually worth it at all? Or not the hard mode Descendia, the hard mode Purita Rebellion? Like, what does that even give you? I genuinely don't know. Okay, Descendia looks like some dog shit. Unless this gives... nothing, great. I do like that Descendia is, like, optional. Also, there's something I need to go do. I need to go play with Face. Visage 6, 7. $1 per ship, some glyphs that you do it solo with specific frames. I see. Specific frames, though, so it's like, who gives a shit? Hey, what the fuck? Why is my... Hey, can we not have that floating 5 feet above my head? Thank you! Alright, so if that's not on the table... What is left for us to do? Is there any good features out there? I wonder? Shard... Termination, defense, Oh, this is like 10 seconds long. Hell, we can do this solo. God, this cape is like forever aura. I just wish it didn't get in my fucking way. But no, this is one of the reasons why I'm excited for the new camera offset, so I don't have to have shit. What? Oh, right. Duh, I'm fucking stupid. Let me just do this. I forgot to press 2, chat. I got a little ahead of myself. I forgot to press my buttons. Actually, no, I feel like there's a funnier way I can do this. Oh yeah, in the next update, they're adding different camera offsets for your Warframe, so it's like you can just change it around a little bit and not have it be fucking too close to you. Although, as aura as this cape is, I really wish it didn't fucking... I guess I'm just swapping to the... So sad. Anyways, what was I doing? I feel like there's a funnier way we can do it. These are level piss nothing enemies, so... Could just bring Equinox. The book. I wonder if they're ever gonna rework Equinox. Because we're getting our Nidus rework. Thank fuck. I have no bearing for, like, what a good popping number is, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my balls here. Like 100k seems pretty suitable. Part of me wishes they would update, like, sorties a little bit. So that they were, like, there was more of a reason for you to keep doing them. You're deeper into the progression. It was like the rewards at, like, after a certain point just stop mattering. Like, a certain level of player. It's a good daily conceptually, but... How'd I pop that before I fell in? 6-7 kills, 6-7 kills, chat, 6-7 kills. You're gonna touch Nidus? Yeah, they're gonna touch Nidus, alright. And again, it's a really good touch-up, hopefully. Like I said, I have yet to see gameplay footage, and I'm very, like, again, I'm very hesitant on it, in a way. Like, his one has to feel good, or else it doesn't matter. Because that's his current biggest problem, is that his one feels like dog shit to cast constantly. And how often you have to cast it. I am very interested, since Pablo made a Twitter post very recently, like, shortly after I made my video on raids, actually. He made a Twitter post very recently talking about raids, and it's like, that's, like, such, like, an interesting new level of communication. Where it's like, he just comes out and say, like, kind of in, like, a fuck you way, but in, like, a good fuck you way. It's like, no, we just don't want to do this, so, like, deal with it, you know? Like, respect our decision, kind of thing. Also, please give Equinox skins smile. Smiling emoji, please give Equinox some skins that don't suck. Would very much appreciate that. Oh, bleh. Really crazy that Equinox 4 does not have line of sight. I don't know, I feel like if they fix Equinox, they're gonna give her, like, her 4 line of sight. Like, that's just going to happen. Like, you know it will. If it does not have line of sight, I will be thoroughly appalled. And, like, shocked. I just don't see a world where it won't, you know? Oh. Which is like, I kind of hope they don't touch Equinox, but also she really needs it. Like, Equinox also just has so much, like, legacy behind her, you know? Like, she's such, like, a storied frame, I would say, because of how many times she's, like, had places in the metagame, especially early on. Also, get this fucking... My original pack. The Treasure of Amun-Ra. The Equinox back in the Boomer era, back in the old days, was, like, kind of the go-to, because her nuke worked just as well back then as it does now. And I think it works a little bit better now even, but, like, it still worked just fine back then. Like, it's kind of a very timeless ability that, like, can't really get power creeped, just because of, like, the merit of how it works. Why am I killing literally anything? There's not a single enemy here that is a threat to me. Get out of here, bum. Alright, go save him. Gotta save him, oh no! He's gonna die in there, chat. Oh no. Oh god, oh jeez. It's gonna explode. Oh heck, get fucked. I win GG. Alright chat, watch this. I don't care if he goes down, I'm gonna book it for extract. Because it's really funny that you can... Even if he goes down, as long as I'm at extract, I win anyway. Like, you can, like, extract and pass the mission even if he is downed. You just gotta be fast. And also, Nidus is, like, Pablo's baby. So I kind of feel like we are in good hands in that sense. Because that's always how I've always seen Nidus, is that, like, Nidus was his baby. Like, that was his thing. Also, chat, this is the funniest fucking boss fight in the game. Because it's so nothing whatever, who cares? Like, it's literally just a bigger fucking enemy. Oh, secondary only? Oh, ooh, ooga booga. And I hate when my melee is taken away, because I like using slams as a mobility tool. Like, I think ground slams really are an underutilized mobility tool that I don't see a lot of people, like, properly taking into account, because it is the fastest way to travel down vertically. And you can cancel that slam animation by rolling. So it just has so much utility. It's like, oh, I could slam there and be, like, a little bit faster. It's just tiny, like, little micro optimizations of how fast you can go with the slam. Anyways, like I said, it's literally just a bigger dude. I don't know why he's so tanky, though. A condition, because I don't understand why he's, like, giga tanky. Like, literally just an enemy with a big health bar. That's all he is. Like, even visually, he is just a bigger charger. Like, you could tell that, this guy is old. He is, like, old. Oh, all that for an Ayatan Anasa sculpture. Wonderful, great, good, fantastic. Great news. Thumbs up emoji. Oh, Ooga Booga Stalker. Ooh, Aries. Oh no. Or nor. Well, shit, now what? Alright, I guess we can go do Belly of the Beast. Can't we? We can actually bring a Naros this time, because last time Belly of the Beast was here, the Jade Spectres were a fucking abomination. Some of the best tile music in the game, by the way, chat. Like, genuinely, Jade Shadow's banger soundtrack. Absolutely love it. Messenger of Long Forgotten Gods? What the fuck? How do you get that? I feel like I already have the perfect, whatever it is. Like I don't need to give a shit, because, like, I have God above knowledge. For Moai of knowledge. Like you can't get any more tailor-made than that. Even though if you think about it, that's a really stupid fucking name. Like, what does it mean to be the god above knowledge? Oh, you're so godly that you're stupid and it doesn't matter? Like, the fuck does that mean? Unless it, like, the god above knowledge is in reference to, like, something specific in lore. Because, I mean, of course it would be, you know? I think it's a really easy one, actually. I'll have to go look it up, but I don't think that's a super... I think it's just one that you get from Roth. Banger soundtrack. Here. Also, I like how they cheat with this chat. They cheat with, like, this perspective bullshit. Because if you fucking actually go up, like, it's an illusion, right? If you fall down far enough, it's a total farce illusion, as you can... Like, it's just a fucking PNG-ass texture up there. Very well done PNG-ass texture, but it's fucking why, you know? I remember Nyx was really fun to bring on this because of her parkour. Like I said, it's a super easy one. What the fuck? What in the bug frame? That shit. Oh. Chat, Nyx, with all of her parkour shards on this map is the funniest thing. You can clear from top to bottom in like maybe 2 or 3 jumps. God, I'm so happy that I can just ignore these now. Fuck Jade Light. Belly of the Yeast. wonder if there's anything actually like worthwhile to do this. One of you said that apparently there's Archon shards. Fuck is that shit? Even if they're normal, even if it's normal, that's still like kind of worth getting. Wait, chat, is that an Ivara in the wild? Yo, chat, wild Ivara. Just out in the open. Get Jade Lighted, idiots. Where are you? Milio Lanion. She does exist? What do you mean she does exist? What do you— yeah, Ivara? Yeah? Yeah, Ivara's not a myth. It's a default Ivara too, wow. Wild. Let's go take a look at those rewards. I think it's still just like Ortis and whatever fucking relay, isn't it? I forgore. In a certain relay, right? I forget which one it is. Not Strata, is it? Ah, Mercury. Oh, well, guess we're hopping. Why the fuck is he on Mercury? Kind of a weird thought for him. There we go. Volatile moat. Born skin. Is that new? No. Daylight promise decoration. Promised to me 3,000 years ago. Oh, one per customer? Really? For real? On God, just like that? One per customer? Just like that, on God. Stalker Spectre Blueprint, by the way, that shit's funny. In Dread? All this stuff from, like, the Stalker, Nightwave is on here. Okay. It's pretty decent. Nice that they rerun these every so often. It's like, if you've already done it the first time, you can just skip it. Although, if you don't have it, I highly recommend getting the Ballroom Simulacrum Room. That is that's probably, I think, in my personal opinion, one of the best, Simulacrum spaces. I like it a lot. I know that other one, the, Archimedia one is, like, people really like that one because it's nice and close, but I like the space the Ballroom one has. I'm just very old-fashioned. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned and attached to it like that, but I personally like it, and I would recommend picking it up. Alright, well, he's in the laundry relay. Kind of a nice-looking Clervo. Can't wait to see how they do the Prime. Also, oh my god, girl. God. God. Alright, okay, girl. Okay, like... eyes emoji? Oh yeah, we were gonna go do Nyx and like launch ourselves 2 trillion feet in the air. That's right. That's what we're doing. Gotta turn on my inhibitor so I don't go to the moon too quickly. Whee! It's like playing Super Monkey Ball, chat, you know? Except when the monkey ball pops, you just kind of explode everything and they're all dead. Whee! Oh, I don't have energy? Anyways. For the moon. I thought it was more than this. Maybe it was at one point, but like, you can see how fast we can just like rocket up. Like, I can just go up and down as I please. Also, I have no energy and I must scream. There's my energy, I found it. Primed Gooning?! I can't believe Primed Gooning is down, chat. Holy shit. This is a national emergency. Where enemies? Well, they're all being sucked down to the basement, I guess. I just don't care. I really don't care about Jade Lights anymore. For other people, they are a problem, not for me. What the fuck is that? Is that like a skin for one of Vauban's little orbs, his Pokeballs? From his deluxe skin? God, I really wish that Jade Lights did contribute to the damage of Nyx's, 4. It kind of bothers me that they don't. It would, like, genuinely be such a huge buff to her. But I'm getting the rifle out. I hate it here. Get out. Fuck you. Go home. Go away. Die. Yes, have a good night, Rack. Thank you for stopping by, as always. Oh, I'm falling behind. I'll just jump once and catch up to you. Be gone. How did I kill 35 people? I feel like I did not kill that much, actually. I feel like I was being pretty lazy, all things considered. God, it feels like a lot of, like, what the fuck do we do? Because, like, the weeklies were so short this week that we just kind of blew through them really, really fast. Now it's like, well, shit, now what? Any of these things do I get permission? I actually have no idea. Oh, right, like 10. Yeah, that was the thing I remember, though, is that, like, the rate at which you get those things is a little bit shitty. But, like, who gives a fuck, you know? Actually, you know what we can do? We can just go do Duviri. We haven't done a good old Duviri session in quite a little while. See here, what do we got? We have Ember. Have Calerva. Let's take Ember. If we can actually make her redo work for. Ooh, Bursting. That. That Muzzle Flash seems very misplaced. Killing enemies, restores 10% health. Hits. I'll take Critical Frost. Critical Frost is always one of those really good ones. This Ember fashioned to good use. Ghost Bude. Effectual Butt. What we got going on. Oh yeah, we need to find the free fragments, don't we? Good idea. Ember is like the worst like overguard tank in the game, I would say. Like by a lot, because her overguard builds so slowly, because like, yeah, it's an augment, but like, God, it's really pathetic how bad it is. It's really pathetic. I wish it wasn't. And that's a long-lasting buff. Holy shit. Like a 40-second. How much duration do you have on your Vauban, bro? What are we cooking? I still don't understand what the hell her 2 is supposed to do. Like, what is Ember's? What is the purpose of it? I know it does like something, but what that is, I couldn't tell you. There we go. That actually helps Ember specifically. Definitely take that. Build my overguard for, even though we have a Dante on our team, that will supplement me aptly. You know, I think Warframe is the top one game that I have played, at least, where it has guns and aiming matters the least. Because you can, it just feels like you can just, like, fire in a vague direction and, like, you'll hit something. Like, see? I'm not even, like, trying to, like, hit enemies. I just fire in vague directions where I see health bars and they die. Like, aiming just has no consequence to, like, missing or some such other thing. I mean, it is very much a different kind of game from, like, an FPS or something. Like, where, you know, oh, like, reloads and, like, accuracy, like, really actually do matter because you're playing with other people. But again, even playing against bots, though, like, there's a certain level to be had in other games. Like this, it just doesn't matter at all. I have to say that this is a bad thing or a criticism necessarily of the gunplay, but it is just an interesting observation. That just, your aim literally doesn't matter. And like, guns do so much damage that like, a stray bullet usually is enough to kill. I'm pretty sure that guy was behind me and I hit him. So like, if that tells you anything. Like, I was shooting forward and the guy behind me, I think, somehow got hit. I don't know how that worked, but... Defense? Sure, why not? Come on, give me... Bombardment? Sure, why not? Not that I can really take advantage of it, but I mean I can with the Incarnon. That's just asking to have my ammo eaten. So like, I don't feel like that's necessarily a solution. I really wish Override wasn't Ember's means of survival. I mean, or it's like either that or just I wish it was good. I would like maybe be incentivized to play Ember a little bit more. But as it stands, like what the fuck does her kit do at this point? I genuinely do not know like what the fuck her kit is supposed to do. At least these days. Grim Armory and oh, we got Irresistible Armory, chat. We got the combo. Unfortunately, this does not work with Incarnons, but it's still a really busted combo. And it is what makes Kome so disgusting. Because she can really abuse that and, like, amp up shit like fire rate on her weapons. Like, ignore a bunch of other stats. What a snoozy day. Where the fuck are the enemies, like, actually, though? I feel like I'm just not seeing them. I got Uriel and Dante, that's funny. Let's go. Fortified Will, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Doesn't help much, but it helps something. Like slightly more overguard per hit. Like, if you were to divide the burstings clip by, like, 3, right? Because each shot is, like, a 3-round burst. Like, realistically, the clip is only 20, and that's kind of small. Thank you for the clip refill. Damn it. Really hoping for that reload. Have you guys heard of the Headless Valley? Or Dead Man's Valley? There's a couple names for it. It is a location in Canada. It is a national park there, I believe. Nahanni National Park, I think is what it's called proper. Like I said, it's in the like the Northwest Territories of Canada. I think it's like one of like the most remote wilderness areas in the world. Actually, like super like untouched by humans and just no one's fucking up there at all. And like most of that area is genuinely like unexplored territory, right? Like there's just so much there that we have not documented or properly mapped. Which, again, might change in the near future just because of the way that we do things now. Like, we have drones and shit, and that does so much. Like, drone cameras have greatly... Or such a scientific boon, honestly. Just, like, understanding things and... be able to map certain areas without actually having to go there yourself. Or at least, like, put yourself at risk. And, like, that drone technology gets better and better. But anyways, that's an entirely separate tangent to go on. But anyways, Nahanni National Park, it is known as Valley of the Headless Men. Because basically, there are 4 separate occurrences where people have just shown up headless. Throughout, like, the 1900s. 4 separate times. 2 of them were technically together, but, like, that's 4 bodies. So. Tomato, tomato. And we have no idea why. Like, just people who go up there exploring, or for whatever reason, they show up back, and they showed up without a head. I think there was two guys. The most famous one was the MacLeod brothers, were up there prospecting, and their bodies were missing for almost a year until they were found both headless near a riverbank. There was one guy, I think, who went up there, had his like cabin shelter or whatever. Like, his cabin was burned down and he was found headless outside of it. And there was a third time in, I think, like 1946, like the last incident. The final incident where it happened. I'll take that. Where, like, I think he was just found decapitated in his sleeping bag. And it's just absolutely ridiculous, and, like, we just have no idea why, or how these people died, or, like, what did it. Because if you don't know, decapitating someone is very, very difficult to do. Especially, like, cleanly. It is very, very messy, because the spine is a lot tougher than people think it is. Like, it's very hard to, like, get through that. Very, very tough issue. And like, we just have no idea why. There was one guy up there in an expedition where his main expedition partner had disappeared and just went completely missing. They never found him. And later on during the expedition, after he had disappeared, the local the First Nation tribes that he was with on the expedition woke him up in the middle of the night, talking about they had seen white figures, in quotes, and needed to leave now. This was in the middle of the night, and like they were, it says like dude, you gotta get out of here. And like I said, these are like local tribesmen, like First Nations people. Like, wasn't some dudes playing a prank? Like, they're like, just get the fuck out of here. And like, to his insistence, like I think they like left without him, if I recall, because they were so spooked by what they saw, which is very, very terrifying. And like, but that dude though, like the dude who got warned, like he never went back. He never went back to that valley. He was like, nope, I am not touching that place ever again. And honestly, he's so real for that, because I would never go there either. There's also like 250 caves in this place as well. Just a massive, massive cave networks in this valley that just span for miles and miles and miles and miles. Like they are not even remotely close to being mapped. Like who knows what the hell is down there. And one of them, there's just like piles and piles of sheep bones. Like upwards of like probably the thousands. Like hundreds, if not like almost 1,000, probably just estimated to be in that cave. They're just like littered all over the place. Some of them date back to like super like ancient times. Like I think they got carbon dated to what, like 25,000 BC or 2,500 BC. Like that's ridiculous. And they're just all in these caves, all these bones, just untouched. Just completely wild. Like, I'm very much like a skeptic of places like, oh, this place is haunted, or whatever, right? I'm very much a skeptic of like ghosts and Bigfoot sightings and like cryptids and stuff like Mothman. Like, I think a lot of it's bullshit, especially because it's in high population density areas. Like, do you realize like how many Bigfoot sightings there are a year? And it's just like yeah, you sighted them, but surprise, surprise, they've never been caught on camera, despite every person on the planet having a camera now. Like, there's just no way. However, this valley, it's like, if there was any, like, weird supernatural bullshit in this earth, like, that valley is probably the place to start. Because that is just terrifying for no reason. And even if it's not haunted, even if it's like a bunch of bullshit, like, there's a lot of just unanswered questions that we have no way to answer. Just completely, like, horrifying. I need Overguard. Yeah, I've kind of been in like a weird like urban myths and like cryptids and aliens. I've been on that kind of rabbit hole recently. And like I said, I'm a very skeptic person. So I don't believe most of it, but it's like I'm always like looking for like little stuff like this where it's like, okay, maybe there's something there. Like, is there plausible explanation? Yes. But the plausible explanation might just be weirder than, like, oh, there's just some actual bullshit there, you know? Like, where the logical explanation is the less likely of the two. That's where it gets interesting. The other one where it's like, okay, maybe there's something here, I think, is the WoW signal. That's a super interesting one. The WoW signal is a radio frequency, I think picked up at back at, I think it's 1977? I don't know, don't quote me on that. But it's basically picked up by the Big Ear Telescope. It is a, like, narrowband radio frequency that lasted, like, I think it was like 70 seconds. That came from, I think it was like the Sagittarius constellation. That's where we determined it came from. Just completely wild. Like this, like, to put it this way, so like cosmic background radiation noise, in terms of like radio signals, because like we pick that up as radio signals. Like the background noise, like the average like random whatever, is like, to put in terms of volume, is like a very like gentle wind, right? Oh, the WoW signal, like what we picked up in 1977, was the sound of like an atomic bomb in your ear. That's how clear and like super like out of the ordinary it was. And not only that, it is on a specific frequency that I think was like agreed on, is like the optimal frequency to send an interstellar signal over. I think it's like with like the hydrogen frequency or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but just like a lot, like just a very interesting like little, like, oh, because like we beam radio signals out there all the time, right? Like, you know, we have like Voyager 1 and stuff. Like that's a super relevant one. Because I'm sure everyone knows like Voyager 1 is like well beyond our planet now. Or is like well out of our solar system, I think. Like they are in, it is in interstellar space. I think it is the farthest a man-made object has ever gone. Shockingly is still functional, I believe, at last I checked. You know how they have like the golden record disc on it. Like a bunch of like very like human history stuff. Like very like basic insight to our culture. But again, super like fascinating stuff, like interstellar space and like oh, the possibility that like, are we alone? Like the big question. And like I really don't think we are. I just don't think that is mathematically possible for us to be alone. But there's also, like, a lot of, like, plausible explanations, like, why we haven't encountered aliens yet. Because, like, realistically, like, we could be early bird. Early bird theory is such an interesting one. Like, oh, we are actually some of, like, the earliest life to develop to this extent. And thus, like, oh, no, there's no like super advanced aliens waiting for us now. Like that's gonna be us. We're gonna be those aliens. You know? There was also like I think like a declassified UFO that like it's semi recently from like the government that was like, oh yeah, these two fighter pilots saw the wildest shit with their own eye. Like everyone involved like came forward and like, yeah, no, this thing was like fucking unreal, right? Like two pilot testimonies who saw it with their bare eye. They have visual of it on radars. It was like this, the quote unquote Tic Tac UFO. Happened in I think 2004. Whereas like this white Tic Tac like shape that was like just fucking went crazy fast, and it got picked up by the USS something Wits or whatever. Super like fascinating story because it's like, what else could that have been? You know. Like I said, we have visual recording of it, and it is a declassified video, and there's also video that is still not declassified because it's sensitive. Basically to like government operations, which is like, okay, that makes sense. Like they can't be releasing that to the public because like that could be like, you know, like government secrecy. Like maybe it'll get declassified in a couple of years when like that stuff isn't relevant. Like give it like another like 10-20 years and maybe we'll see it. Because 2004 was only that was like only 21 years ago. And usually it takes a while for like stuff like probably whatever was in that video to become irrelevant in terms of like national security. From Armory, wonderful news. Yeah, I want I'll... Anyways, back to what I was saying, like we have that as evidence. We have the WoW signal. I'm trying to think like what else has been like evidence of like life out there. It's like I don't know what I can think of that's like. Because a lot of like older, like more famous UFO incidents have just been like completely debunked at this point. So many like old photographs is like, oh, like somebody just like threw their hat in the air, and it's like because of like the quality of the photograph, you can't tell that it's a hat. It's like, oh, that flying saucer pointing emoji. The other thing that's super interesting is like that there's a lot of like points in history where it's like something really fucking weird happened in this place at this point in time, like supernatural or extraterrestrial or not, something fucking happened here and we just don't know what it was. It's always like interesting to see like some of those where it's like it's not necessarily like a photographical account, but like, oh, like there were like human testimony of like, yeah, I got like fucking abducted. And I'm like, sure, some of them are bullshit, but like there's a couple of them where they have like some like weird details that are like, oh, that's unusual at best. The one that I definitely don't believe in is the Loch Ness Monster. I think that one has and always, like, will be bullshit. Like, now, that doesn't mean I don't think that there isn't something down in, like, that lake that might be interesting, because that lake is very notoriously deep and hard to explore. Like, I would wager we could probably find, like, shipwrecks and shit down there. Or, like, just, like, unique fish species. Like, it is a very big lake. Big, deep, and murky. So it's just so difficult to explore. It's like you can send a submersible down there, but you just ain't gonna fucking see anything. It's something that you just have to explore, like, with radar, you know? And, like, instruments have to be the ones to explore it. Probably more realistically to send, like, unmanned craft down there than it is anything else. The other thing I think, though, right, is, like, I think there is a chance that there's, like, plenty of stuff, like, on land that we actually just have not discovered at all. Because I think a lot of people really underestimate how big the planet is and how easy it is to just get lost. Like, people go missing in national parks. Like, think about that for a minute, right? Like, national parks, super highly, like, super heavy traffic. And, like, there's, like, dozens of missing people's cases in national parks. Like, a lot of which would just go unresolved. Like, you have to think about that, right? Like, if it's that easy to go missing in a place where there's a bunch of people, like, think about, like, remote wilderness, like, what just hasn't been found out there. Like, that is such a fascinating thing to think about. Like think about, like, most of, like, Russia, like, how much of that is just completely, like, uncharted territory, so to speak. That we just, like, there could just be shit out there that we just have no idea about. And like I said, like, the Amazon as well, I'm sure there's a bunch of shit in the Amazon that we just have no clue on. That we just have, like, never discovered. It's always interesting to, like, think of it in that perspective. Give me energy. Oh, I had a cheat death? That's crazy. Give me overguard. Ooh, ability efficiency, I'll take that. That definitely helps me a lot. But like I said, Earth is a big place. There's got to be a lot of shit that we just know. Like, hell, I'm sure that there's, like, just random islands that we just don't know exist. Because, like, there's some stuff that we probably have not seen from space. Or there's, like, islands that, like, we know exist, it's just no one's ever been there. Just completely, like, isolated ecosystems. that could have like completely unique life on them. And it's like, don't get me started about the ocean either, right? Like the ocean's so fucking vast and unexplored. Like I don't think that 5% of the ocean statistic is quite real. Like, we have done like a lot of mapping, and we like physically like I think know the terrain of the ocean. But like as to, like what it's down there, like what is down there, what it's like I'm sure there's so much stuff that we've just never seen. Like just completely wild bullshit down there. It's like, there's been a lot of cases where it's like, oh, we think this animal's extinct, and it's just not. It's just in the fucking abyss of the ocean. Like the coelacanth is obviously, like, the biggest example of fish that we thought was completely extinct. It's like, nope, those things are alive. Those things will probably be alive forever. Because they are insanely adaptable to just have survived for so long. Like, I know that they're not a very big population, but, like, do we really know how big their population is? That's what kind of gets me, right? Like, so very rarely filmed on camera, like, frilled sharks too, super, super rare to have on camera. Like, some of the best footage of frilled sharks is stuff from, like, what, like, 2004 or something? Like, just fucking 2 decades ago. They're just such unique creatures to... See, it's like, oh yeah, like, the fucking giant, like colossal squids. We have only seen those on film, like, I can count on one hand how many times. I think it was only, like, 2. And, like, alive at that. Like, the only reason we kind of know they exist, or know anything about them, is because we have corpses. And it's like, we know they have a population. Like, we know they exist. It's because we see the marks on them from fights with, I think it's belugas. Like, belugas have, like, these, like, scars over their body from the tentacles of a colossal squid, and we know that they eat them. Or no, it's not belugas, I think it's, Greenland sharks or something that, like, deal with colossal squids. Because I think, like, the ones that, like, the Greenland sharks that we've dissected, we found, like, digested remains of them in there. So that's just insane. Greenland sharks are also insane too. Like, they live to be so fucking long. Like, so, like, was some, like, one of, like, probably the longest living, like, vertebrates on the planet. And they just look like death too. Those things are so fucking spooky looking. Like, they genuinely, like, look like they are that old. It's just like swimming corpse sharks. Super cool. I think that's enough round for me. I think I'm ready to call her here. Oh, I will bid you all a good night.